Hello. I think we're live. All right, welcome to the Sportswoman Live. I'm Gwen of Fortune Thrift,
And I'm Tony Pizza.
and this is going to be a new show where we talk about what is going on in the world of women's sports.
Yeah, today we have 3 pieces of news we wanted to talk about, so we'll switch over to the news screen.
All right, let's go.
All right, here's our first news story today. Is we wanted to talk about the U.S. Women's National Team. This is the team that won the World Cup in 2019, and they've just named their first international roster of the year. So they are going to be playing against the Netherlands on next Friday, in 1 week. And this is their first international match since the World Cup happened, or since, actually no, it's their first match in like several months. I think it's been the longest streak since the league started in the early 90s that they haven't had an international match. So it's sort of interesting to see how they'll do against the team they beat for the World Cup win. So if we can see the new roster updates here. Goalkeepers, they always bring 3 keepers. This roster has 23 people on it, and only 18 of them will travel to the game. Here's our keepers. Alyssa Nair, she's great. Feel free to jump in whenever you want.
Yeah, wait, I'm wondering what happens to the other people that don't go. Are they not traveling for like COVID reasons, or
No. They always call up more than they bring.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I believe
See, I'm learning something new on my own show.
Yeah. So I believe they will only bring like 2 keepers.
Huh.
I might be wrong.
Interesting.
Anyway, so this is our keeper roster. There are 2 new. Alyssa Nair is the keeper who played the full World Cup. But the other 2 are new call-ups. Audrey Bledsoe, she's pretty young. She's on the Thorns, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And then Jane Campbell is from the Houston Dash, and they just won the
Challenge Cup.
The Challenge Cup.
Yeah. I'm super excited to see Jane Campbell on here. I think I'm glad to see her in the national team mix.
Yeah.
The only surprise person that did not get included is French. But she must still be hurt, yeah?
Yeah, I didn't read anything about why she wasn't included, but the coach, Vlatko, he shouted out both of the keepers that didn't make the list this time, Ashlyn Harris and French. So I think they're like all in on good terms. I think these things just change.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, now we're looking at the defenders. No real surprises here, I would say. I'm excited to see Midge Purce on this list. I'm glad that she's in the national team mix now.
Yeah, she's a younger player. She plays for Sky Blue. So she's New York. Woo!
All right, we got midfielders.
The midfielders, okay, I think the main surprise here is Ali Krieger not making the list.
Yeah, and Katerina Macario, who is still in college, I believe.
Yeah, she's still in college.
Yeah, so that's sort of crazy to be in college and going to play in the Netherlands.
Yeah, so she's actually not traveling with the team.
Okay.
So she got called up. She'll be training with the team. So she might be a pick for the Olympics, but for now she's she's the youngest player, I believe.
Interesting. Well, it's an honor just to be nominated, you know?
Yeah.
All right, last but not least, forwards.
Forwards. Let's see, what is the surprise here?
Well, first, great to see Lynn Williams, who is like sort of notoriously snubbed from previous national team rosters under Jill Scott for personnel reasons, or I don't actually know why. But she's like, I think one of the best, if the best forward in the NWSL right now that is American. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think this is a great thing for the country to see her on this list. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm hoping that she's, traveling with the team. Let's see. A lot of players, like half of these players, Kristen Press, Tobin Heath, and Alex Morgan are all playing in Europe. They're playing in Europe right now.
Yeah. Oh, why is Ashley Hatch on this list? That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
The one I don't get. So Ashley Hatch is a forward for the
fans.
Washington Spirit, I believe. And I don't know. For me, did not make a huge impact during the Challenge Cup, at least enough to get on this roster. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, they had to
Yeah.
bring in some new people. The other surprise, or I guess it's not really a surprise, but most people would expect to see Megan Rapinoe, who just sort of took the world by storm at the last World Cup. She's not here, and I think that is mostly due to injury and the fact that she hasn't played in months. So it was too risky to like bring her to an international tournament when she hasn't played in months.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the biggest surprise overall is that this game is happening.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like shocked to hear it. It's like, I don't know, on one hand, I mean, this is the debate that's been going on all year. Like, on the one hand, I'm really excited to watch it next Friday. I think it's something to look forward to this Thanksgiving break. But on the other hand, it seems like it's taking place in a different reality where Americans can travel to the Netherlands and play sports.
Yeah, it is sort of weird to fly a full team of people out for like a 2-hour game.
Yeah. In this day and age.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
Right now. But we'll be watching.
Yeah,
and
we'll definitely be watching.
Hopefully it all stays safe and everyone stays healthy. And I trust that the Challenge Cup went so well. It seems like these folks have this stuff figured out. But yeah, it'll be a fun match to watch. A World Cup final rematch.
Totally. Yeah. We also have, so related to this game, we think that this could be the future of Thanksgiving sports.
Oh yeah.
A lot of times people put on football, maybe basketball. I don't know. Do people watch basketball over Thanksgiving?
Yeah, let's take college football out of the mix and replace it with an annual game featuring the U.S. Women's National Team.
Yeah.
Playing soccer.
Yeah. This would be great.
Yeah, this should be the new Thanksgiving tradition. If you leave here with anything today, it's that. All right, should we move on to the next topic?
Yeah.
All right. The next topic is a pretty cool one. So, let's see here.
I'm going to put the link in the chat.
Still learning the ropes
Good typing.
of OBS a little bit. So the Miami Marlins named Kim Ng their new general manager. And this is cool and important because this is the first ever woman and first ever Asian American who's going to be the general manager of a baseball team, and I think a sports team overall. So I had to look this up myself earlier to get the exact definition. So I'll read what a general manager is from Wikipedia. It's the person who typically controls player transaction and bears the primary responsibility on behalf of the ball club during contract discussions with players. So basically she's going to be in charge of making the Marlins good at baseball, which is really cool. Any fans of the Sportswoman will know that we are longtime proponents of gender diversifying baseball, and so this is, I think, a great first step in seeing gender diversity in baseball. And I think Kim Ng is a great person to do it. We looked up a little bit about her earlier today. She played softball in high school. It was
college.
In college, yeah, and was a competitive softball player. We have this found a great high school photo of her that the MLB posted with her softball team.
She's number 1.
Yeah. And then she went on to intern for the Chicago White Sox at an important part of the White Sox rebuild back in the 90s. And then from there sort of rose up the ranks in baseball, and by the time she was 29, she was the assistant GM for the Yankees during the sort of golden years of the Yankees at the end of the 90s, when they won 2 titles at the end of 1998 and 1999. The interesting thing is that's a ton of success, and for a male or a man, they probably would have gone on to get their own GM role immediately after winning those World Series. But for Kim Ng, her name has sort of bounced around the baseball world for years, and she's interviewed at places, and she's just never been given the actual offer until now. And maybe the most interesting part in this whole story for me is that she was chosen and hired by Derek Jeter, who's the CEO of the Marlins. Yeah, I think if you told 10-year-old me that Derek Jeter would be responsible for one of the most like progressive and feminist moves in Major League Baseball, I would have like laughed for like 1,000 years. But yeah, really, really cool to see where this goes and see how the Marlins do.
Yeah, when we were like reading and researching about this a little bit, she's interviewed for for like decades for this like one job, which is like wild. That's like so much perseverance that I feel like if I was like interviewing for like 5 years and never getting the thing I wanted, I would just be like crushed. But she's just like, okay, whatever, I'll keep working, and so I think she's awesome. I really am impressed by her, and I'm excited to see how she does. There's one other thing that I thought was interesting. I think this was in the podcast, the Athletics podcast. What is it called?
The Lead.
The Lead.
Yeah.
They were talking about why no women have been hired for this position, and one of the reasons, which I thought was like really interesting and hadn't even considered, I guess GMs get fired a lot, and they like swap GMs in and out pretty regularly. I guess teams were not necessarily, they weren't afraid to hire her, but they were actually more worried about backlash if and when they had to fire her, because inevitably that's just how these teams work. So I thought that was a consideration I hadn't had, that, oh yeah, they weren't actually necessarily doing it for the PR, but they were well aware of the negative PR they could get later on down the road.
Yeah, that's really interesting. On one hand, I like totally get that. On the other hand, it does seem like one of those things where it's like, oh, we're totally cool with hiring her. We just don't want to fire her.
Right. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Be complete like crap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's like an easy like company line.
Yeah.
That is just like deeply sexist.
Yeah. And the other great news about this is the Marlins have a great logo and great colors. So it's easy for us all to go out and buy a ton of Marlins stuff.
Yeah. Maybe it would be cool if they had a jersey for her. I would buy that jersey.
Yeah, seriously.
It's literally the only baseball jersey I would buy.
Yeah, and we now the next step is to get a woman player in Major League Baseball, which I think should happen soon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And Pitch, the TV show Pitch, has already done the research on this. You got to watch that show. You can see what it would look like if a woman could be in baseball.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't recommend Pitch enough. It's just great.
Bring back Pitch.
All right, should we move on to our final news story of the Friday evening?
Yeah.
All right, this is a fun one.
Yeah, this one's fun. This is a little bit more on sports and fashion, or sports and popular culture. Recently, Naomi Osaka put out a line of tennis clothes with Nike, and not only is the like line really cool, but it completely sold out like within minutes, which is awesome. I think in the past like year or like 18 months, we've seen that people want women's sports like merch.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this isn't even all of the clothes. We like could not find the page with the original like launch items because they like sold out so quickly. And I guess Nike like took them down.
Yeah, there were like some shoes with her name on them, and like some other like tennis, the clothes you wear when you play tennis.
So yeah, hopefully Nike like learns a lesson from this and just has more women's lines and puts more inventory up when they do stuff like this. Because I think the other thought is that it'll be really like limited in sales, but it's not.
Yeah, people want it.
Yeah, this also reminds me of a tweet I saw last week from Meg Linehan, who was like sort of jokingly complaining about a new Kyrie shoe they're debuting called the Sisterhood, and it's supposed to be like a Kyrie shoe honoring women, but they were sort of saying like, why not just have a women's basketball player like signature shoe
right.
instead of having like a male basketball player speak for women via their sneakers. I don't know. It's both cool. Like, I think it's cool that Kyrie does a lot of, like, work for the WNBA and a lot of, like, signal boosting, but at the same time, it's like, come on, Nike.
Right, yeah. Give, like, Sue Bird. Sue Bird has, like, probably pushed, like, millions of dollars of merch for them just on her, like, sneaker streams. Give her a shoe.
Yeah, they have, like, Sue Bird signature Kyrie sneakers, which is, like,
Right,
a real...
oh, yeah. Just, like, just give Sue Bird a shoe. Like, you don't have to put Sue Bird on Kyrie's shoes. But still, glad he supports.
Yeah. Yeah, and we want to see more of this Naomi Osaka stuff. The logo is, like, so cool. This
Yeah,
is,
the
like, one
logo's
of the
really cool.
Like, yeah, they've got some, like, really great designers working behind the scenes at Nike on this Naomi Osaka stuff.
Yeah, I wish they had the shoes up. The shoes were really cool. They were, like, neon. They had her name on them.
I can probably Google it.
Cool. Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll find them and bring them back next stream.
Yeah. But, yeah, we want to see more women's sports merge.
And this is a great example of how it can be done.
All right, well, I think that's pretty much all the news for today.
That's all the news.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll be watching the U.S. women's national team versus Netherlands next week. So if you are, let us know. We can watch along. We also have a newsletter, an email newsletter that you can sign up for. That's at bit.ly /capital T the dash capital S Sportswoman.
Yeah,
I always totally nail saying that out loud.
Okay, I'll put it in the... I think our one viewer is already
a subscriber.
One of our most active.
Yeah. This was sort of a test prototype of the Sportswoman Live, so...
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you again soon.
Till then, have a good weekend.
And remember, sports are the best games.
Sports are the best games. Women are the best athletes.